Straight ahead on 12 News, global stock market plunge.
Bottom line, the market does not like uncertainty.
The aftermath of a British vote that local investors and financial advisors are watching closely. Plus, a school on the move. See what's moving into Brooklyn Center. But first, could it be out with the old and in with the new? Details on major changes in the works in Robbinsdale. 12 News starts right now. Hello, and thanks for joining us. I'm Alexandra Renslow.
And I'm Mike Johnson. A developer has submitted an application to build something that's been missing in Robbinsdale for a few years, and that's a grocery store.
If approved, however, it would be the end of the line for a once popular theater. Eric Nelson has more.
Food for thought is the theme in Robbinsdale these days.
We haven't had a grocery store and it's left a void. In Robbinsdale, we've got just about everything but a grocery store.
That is one thing that is really missing now in Robbinsdale, is another grocery store.
But that could change. A major chain is proposing to build a supermarket in the city.
I think it's going to be great for Robbinsdale.
I'm very excited.
It would be the first grocery store in Robbinsdale since Rainbow Foods closed in 2013. The location of the new grocery store will be right here at the site of the old Terrace Theater, which means this building will ultimately meet the wrecking ball. And that has made some folks in Robbinsdale unhappy. But surprisingly, David Leonard says he's not one of them.
I wouldn't say I'm unhappy because it actually gives us a little bit of a leg up.
He's leading an effort to save the terrace, which was very popular in its heyday.
We're still keeping up the fight, and what we've learned in the last 24 hours isn't going to change the way we're operating. We're going to continue to fight to preserve the theater.
The terrace has been dark for 15 years.
It's kind of had its day, hasn't it?
And the theater is crumbling. According to Robbinsdale Mayor Regan Murphy, it would cost millions to renovate.
It's really not salvageable. As far as saving the terrace, I think at this point we're going to work on saving the memories and just moving forward on that corner and getting something new down there.
To my knowledge, no city personnel have been inside, so it's hard for anybody to really say what it's like in there. Much less if it's salvageable or if it's not salvageable.
Leonard says he is ready to do anything to save the theater.
We've already spoken with lawyers who specialize in this type of a project, and we do have a strong case to counter any possible demolition in the courts.
Now, Leonard says there are 6 grocery stores within 4 miles of City Hall and wonders if Robbinsdale needs another one. Meanwhile, Mayor Murphy says an official announcement could come in a couple of weeks. He would not disclose which chain wants to build in Robbinsdale. Mike?
All right, interesting. Thank you. Well, when it comes to jobs and salaries, there's slow growth, but Minnesota still tops most other Midwestern states. Minnesota's per capita income is just over $51,000, beating neighbors such as Wisconsin and Iowa. Minnesota is just behind North Dakota at $52,000. And some of Minnesota's wage growth comes in the healthcare technology sector. In Minnesota, wages in this sector have grown about 15% since 2010.
There's about 50,000 people working directly in these industries, about 125,000 supporting. It's manufacturing to C-suite, and so the average compensation is over 6 figures in Minnesota for all of those people.
And when you consider salary and benefits, the average compensation package is $122,000 a year. Voters in the United Kingdom created shockwaves around the world Thursday by choosing to exit the 28-country European Union.
The move sent global stock markets plummeting amid the uncertainty. But what does the so-called Brexit mean for people here in Minnesota? Delane Cleveland joins us now to explain. Delane?
Now, Mike and Alex, the Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped 611 points today. It's the biggest drop in a single day since last August. Financial advisors say it's the result of uncertainty in the market, and the market doesn't like uncertainty.
I mean, everything that's going on over in Europe, this is just one piece of it. You also then have interest rates, you have China, you have our own election and what's happening. And so realistically, every analyst out there that I've listened to over the handful of weeks is saying, we're going to have single-digit returns and things are not going to be phenomenal for a period of time because there's so much uncertainty out there.
Nicole Middendorf is the CEO and a financial advisor from Prosper Well in Plymouth. She says that even with the stock market plunge today, investors shouldn't panic, but this would be a good time to look at your assets. If you have money invested in international funds, it might be a good time to meet with a financial advisor to reevaluate your plan and see if you need to make some adjustments, because this is a period of time when things are going to be a little rocky.
The stock market doesn't go up every single day. Do I wish it would? Yes, of course, but then it would make life too easy. And so it's a roller coaster. It's going to go up, it's going to go down depending upon what happens. And the biggest thing is don't panic. Realize that.
To put things into perspective, Middendorf said the market opened this morning where we were at the beginning of the month. So from a big picture standpoint, you shouldn't panic. And Mike and Alex, another point is that it's suddenly become much cheaper to travel to Britain. Experts say that now would be a good time to stock up on British pounds if you're up for a trip across the pond. So
there's a different way to look at it,
absolutely.
Right?
There you go.
Thanks a lot, Delane. In other news, a Crystal neighborhood woke up to plumes of smoke Friday morning as firefighters worked to put out a garage fire. A second alarm was called when firefighters saw the smoke rising above a garage at the Heathers Manor on Douglas Drive. Firefighters say one unit in the detached garage was destroyed. There was no damage to the senior living center itself. Investigators are still looking into what caused the fire.
Brooklyn Park residents are getting their first look inside a brand new county library.
There's more things that you can do. There's snacks and everything. There's better books. And it's bigger and everything.
And it's absolutely fabulous. Lots of room, lots of things for the children. We're really excited about it.
After 10 years of planning, officials cut the ribbon and opened the $23 million library on Thursday night. It's more than twice the size of the 40-year-old library it replaces.
We asked for this library to reflect our community, to have different things that reflect the diversity of the community, not just be something, I think, a cookie cutter. And I think that we have that, and so we're looking forward to opening this up.
The library includes a play and learning space for families and a teen technology center. Well, coming up, a fast-growing school on the move to Brooklyn Center.
And then a little bit later in sports, shooters from Wayzata High School get set for the state clay target tournament.
But first, keep an eye on the forecast. There is a chance for severe weather Saturday afternoon.
Welcome back. A new charter school opening in the Northwest Metro aims to preserve Hmong culture.
New Millennium Academy is moving from North Minneapolis to a brand new building in Brooklyn Center. 12 News reporter Carissa Wyant has more on the school on the move.
New Millennium has been growing. We are going into our 12th year, and it's been growing ever since.
Growth has prompted a big move for New Millennium Academy. The K-8 charter school is closing its doors in North Minneapolis and moving into a brand new $10 million building in Brooklyn Center.
Excited cannot even explain it.
A location that school officials say makes sense.
We have a lot of families that come from the Northwest Quadrant in the Robbinsdale, Osseo, Brooklyn Park, Brooklyn Center area.
The new school, located at the former site of Malmberg's nursery, has 575 students enrolled already, but will have room for 750 students.
Because our school is a Hmong focus, our mission is to work towards high achievement while preserving Hmong culture and literacy. We are essentially moving closer to a population that we can serve very, very well.
There will be lots of room for learning. The school is 82,000 square feet.
A full-size regulation gym, a science lab, an art room with a kiln, a big music room, a lecture hall, a nice cafeteria.
After leasing 2 previous spaces, the school is excited to finally have a permanent home.
We also looking to be part of the Brooklyn Center community, and that's what we are really excited about it.
After the finishing touches are put up on the new building, school officials will move in, unpack, and get set up in their new space ahead of the new school year, which is set to start the day after Labor Day. Reporting in Brooklyn Center, Carissa Wyant, 12 News.
Coming up, a local version of one of the world's most well-known musicals.
But first, it's Batter Up at the Minnesota All-Star Baseball Series. We'll hear from local stars up next in sports.
The annual High School All-Star Baseball Series expanded this year from 4 teams to 6, giving more ball players a chance to show their skills as prep players one final time. This is video from Thursday's practice from the Metro North team. Local players on the Metro North roster include Riley Johnson and Derek Smith, both of Champlin Park, Brett Schultz and Isaac Collins of Maple Grove, Josh Thorpe from Armstrong, Dan Hansen of Park Center, and Alex Bavacek of Tutino Grays. It is a big deal to be picked for this event.
It's honestly one of the biggest honors I've ever had. It's an honor to be selected and then to be able to come down here and compete.
Huge opportunity for me and Isaac to represent Maple Grove in this kind of showcase tournament, and we get to play with some of the best players around throughout the entire state, and looking forward to it.
I was really glad I got the opportunity to come out and play against a lot of the guys that I've played against all the years coming up through high school, so I'm looking forward to it, and it should be fun, like getting to meet all these guys and just hang out.
Well, nobody from Park Center has been selected for I don't even know how long, so it's a real honor to be selected to go here, and it's fun to play with people you play with or play against in the regular season. So.
Games are underway this afternoon already. Metro North plays Friday at 5 and 7:05 p.m. at Chanhassen High School. Metro West has a few local players, and they're also at Chanhassen Friday. The tournament continues Saturday at the Chaska Athletic Park. It will be a hot day in St. Cloud Saturday for the annual High School All-Star football game. Heat and sometimes storms are often part of the game story. Since the All-Star game resumed in 1974 after a 14-year hiatus, it has always been played in the summer, sometimes in July or August, but often in late June. Well, that changes after Saturday. The All-Star game for the 2017 seniors will take place within a couple of weeks of the Prep Bowl and be played in December at the new U.S. Bank Stadium downtown. We asked some of the local players competing on Saturday their thoughts of an All-Star game in December.
If it was in December, I wouldn't be able to play because I play basketball. So, I mean, if you're a two-sport athlete, then you won't be able to participate. But I think it's good to have it right away.
I would have rather played it right after the season because I would have been in the football mode, and you get to play it inside at a nice NFL stadium.
I don't know, really. I mean, me personally, I think I'd like it better. But I know a lot of guys are, you know, really involved in winter sports like hockey and basketball and wrestling. So I mean, I don't know if a lot of them are going to want to do that. But I mean, it is closer to in season for football, so they might be in better shape. I guess it's going to be kind of 50-50. We'll have to see how the kids like it next year.
You can watch tomorrow's game live on the web via our live stream link on our website at 12.tv and also on our Channel 12 app. The high school sports season for the 2015-2016 school year comes to an end this weekend with a sport that is growing. These are 3 members of Wayzata's team. They'll compete at the Clay Target Championship Saturday at the Minneapolis Gun Club in Prior Lake. Max Bunning of the Trojans is the highest-ranked shooter entering the tournament. Bunning and Andrew Rhodes competed as individuals in the tournament last year. It's a good thing to have the team make it this season.
Yeah, last year I was just an individual with Andrew again, but this year the team got 3rd in Alexandria at the team championship, which means that we qualified to come here for the team state tournament. It just means that I got to focus more throughout the whole day. I got to be prepared for the first 100 in the morning and the second 100 in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's a whole lot better than last year. Last year it was just Max and I, and it was fun and all for being here, but it's going to be way more enjoyable to be able to shoot with my teammates.
I went to the hockey state tournament, and when they won that, and that was a lot of fun, and that really wanted me to be like them, you know, because trap is just like another sport, just like hockey, football, baseball. Definitely a confidence booster when you see other Wayzata teams doing well, and you say you can do that too.
Team competition begins at 9 a.m. Saturday and individuals at 3 p.m. in Prior Lake. Minnesota is the only state to sponsor Clay Target as an activity. And certainly growing more schools every year, 3rd year that the State High School League has sponsored this.
All right. Thanks a lot, John.
Thank you, John. Still ahead, we announce the winners of our Put Me on TV contest.
Plus, see what's new on the local theater scene. That's coming up in Weekend Showcase. Mankato area 77 Lancers Band took the grand champion prize at the Earle Brown Days Parade in Brooklyn Center Thursday night. It was one of 6 bands along the parade route.
And there was plenty to see in the parade and along the sidewalk. Take a look at this as we had more than 100 selfies emailed to us for the Put Me On TV drawing. These were chosen at random and will get a prize package worth more than $50. Many other photos can be seen as part of our parade coverage, which will replay here Saturday on Channel 12. A Broadway musical favorite opens this weekend at Stages Theater in Hopkins.
Neil Persley has a preview in today's Weekend Showcase.
It starts out the hard knock life for Little Orphan Annie in Stages Theater production of Annie Jr., an abbreviated 1-hour-long version of the tale. But the ending is heartwarming and encouraging. 13-year-old Zoe Hollander of Robbinsdale plays Hazel in the orphanage and is the understudy for the star role of Annie. The tale is one of hope and possibility that exists in our great country, and the theme of hope is something Zoe believes the audience will take with them.
I think that they'll feel hope, and because the story of Annie, it just shows that, you know, one day you can be living in an orphanage, you know, cleaning floors, and the next day you're in a mansion. And really anything is possible, and I hope that our audiences can walk away from the show just feeling a sense of hope that they can go live their dreams.
Cooper High sophomore Trevor Hendricks plays 3 roles in the production: Mr. Bundles, a servant in the mansion, and your favorite radio host.
Starring your old softie, Bert Healy.
My favorite part of the show is singing You're Never Fully Dressed as Bert Healy, because I just really like the scene. There was a lot of work that went into it.
Although this is an abbreviated production, you'll still hear all your favorite songs. For Weekend Showcase, I'm Neil Persley, 12 News.
Annie Jr. opens this weekend and runs through July 31st. For tickets and showtimes, you can go to stagestheater.org. Good voices over there.
Absolutely.
They always get some good talent.
And Neil says the play runs about an hour, maybe a little more, so it's perfect for kids.
Perfect,
you know,
for
the attention
small
span
kids.
is just right.
That's right.
They'll enjoy it.
That does it for us. Thanks so much for joining us.
And we'll see you back here again Monday starting at 4.